All right, friends. Hello. Today I thought I would read Mad About Madeline, the complete tales. Mad About Madeline. So today we're going to read Madeline. Madeline. In an old house in Paris that was covered with vines lived 12 little girls in 2 straight lines. In 2 straight lines they broke their bread and brushed their teeth and went to bed. They smiled at the good and frowned at the bad. And sometimes they were very sad. They left the house at 9:30 in 2 straight lines. In rain or shine. The smallest one was Madeline. She was not afraid of mice. She loved winter, snow, and ice. To the tiger in the zoo, Madeline just said, "Pooh, pooh." And nobody knew so well how to frighten Miss Clavel. In the middle of one night, Miss Clavel turned on her light and said, "Something is not right." I wonder what it is. Little Madeline sat in bed, cried and cried. Her eyes were red. And soon after Dr. Kong came, he rushed out to the phone. And he dialed Danton 10-6. "Nurse," he said, "it's an appendix." Everybody had to cry. Not a single eye was dry. Madeline was in his arms in a blanket, safe and warm. In a car with a red light, they drove out into the night. Madeline woke up 2 hours later in a room with flowers. Madeline soon ate and drank. On her bed, there was a crank. And a crack in the ceiling had the habit of sometimes looking like a rabbit. Silly. Outside were birds, trees, and sky, and so 10 days passed by quickly. One nice morning, Miss Clavel said, "Isn't this a fine day to visit Madeline?" "Visitors from 2 to 4, read a sign outside her door. Tiptoeing with solemn face, with some flowers and a vase. In they walked and then said, "Ah," when they saw the toys and candy in the dollhouse from Papa. But the biggest surprise by far on her stomach was a scar. "Goodbye," they said. "We'll come again." And the little girls left in the rain. They went home and broke their bread, brushed their teeth, and went to bed. In the middle of the night, Miss Clavel turned on the light and said, "Something is not right. What is happening now?" And afraid of disaster, Miss Clavel ran fast and faster. And she said, "Please, children, do tell me what is troubling you." And all the little girls cried, "Boo-hoo! We want to have our appendix out too." Good night, little girls. Thank the Lord you are well. And now go to sleep, said Miss Clavel. And she turned out the light and closed the door. And that's all there is. There isn't any more. All right. And now we're going to read Madeline and the Bad Hat. In an old house in Paris that was covered with vines lived 12 little girls in 2 straight lines. They left the house at 9:30 in 2 straight lines in rain or shine. And the smallest one was Madeline. One day, the Spanish ambassador moved into the house next door. Look, my darlings, what bliss, what joy. His Excellency has a boy. Madeline said, It is evident that this little boy is a bad hat. In the spring when birdies sang, something suddenly went zing. Causing pain and shocked surprise during morning exercise. Uh-oh. On hot summer nights, he ghosted. In the autumn wind, he boasted that he flew the highest kite. Year in and year out, he was polite. He was sure and quick on ice. And Miss Clavel said, Isn't he nice? One day, he climbed upon the wall and cried, Come, I invite you all. Come over sometime and I'll let you see my toys and my... Sorry, friends. Menagerie? My frogs and birds and bugs and bats, squirrels, hedgehogs, and 2 cats. The hunting in this neighborhood is exceptionally good. But Madeline said, Please don't molest us. Your menagerie does not interest us. He changed his clothes and said, I bet this invitation they'll accept. Madeline answered, A torero is not at all our idea of a hero. The poor had left. He was lonesome and blue. He shut himself in. What else could he do? But in a short while, the little elf was back again, and his old self. Said Miss Clavel, It seems to me he needs an outlet for his energy. A chest of tools might be attractive for a little boy that's very active. I knew it. Listened to him play, hammering, sawing, and working away. Ugh, but that boy was really mean. He built himself a guillotine. He was unmoved by the last look the frightened chickens gave the cook. He ate them roasted, grilled, and frito. Oh, what a horror was Pepito! One day, went out to take the air. Madeline said, Oh, look who's there! Pepito carried a bulging sack. He was followed by an increasing pack of all the dogs in the neighborhood. That boy is simply misunderstood. Look at him bringing those doggies food. He said, Let's have a game of tag and let a cat out of the bag. There were no trees, and so instead the cat jumped on Pepito's head. And now just listen to the poor boy crying. I'm sorry, friends, that's French. Au secours! Which you must cry if by any chance you're ever in need of help in France. Miss Clavel ran fast and faster to the scene of disaster. She came in time to save the bad hat, and Madeline took care of the cat. Goodbye, Fido. So long, Rover. Let's go home. The fun is over. There was sorrowing and pain in the embassy of Spain. The ambassadress wept tears of joy. She thanked Miss Clavel for saving her boy. Nothing, said the ambassador, would cheer up poor Pepito more than a visit from next door. Only one visitor at a time. Will you go in first, Miss Madeline? So Madeline went in on tiptoe and whispered, "Can you hear me, Pepito?" "It serves you right, you horrid brat, for what you did to that poor cat." "I'll never hurt another cat," Pepito said. "I swear to that. I've learned my lesson. Please believe I'm turning over a new leaf." "That's fine," she said. "I hope you do. We all will keep our eyes on you." And lo and behold, the former barbarian turned into a vegetarian. And the starling and turtle, the bunny and bat went back to their native habitat. His love for animals was such. Even Miss Clavel said, "It's too much." The little girls all cried, "Boo-hoo!" But Madeline said, "I know what to do." Oh, sorry, friends. And Madeline told Pepito that he was no longer a bad hat. She said, "You are our pride and joy. You are the world's most wonderful boy." They went home and broke their bread and brushed their teeth and went to bed. And Miss Clavel turned out the light. She said, "I knew it would all come out right." The end. Thank you, friends.